Crypto is back on its feet. We just came back towards $2 trillion cap and 10-15% of movement in crypto a day. Bitcoin itself doing 15% of pump a day is great. Now, what are we looking at? There is a possibility where if we break this zone, yes, we are going higher, and that is validated by the RSI showing, okay, I'm breaking higher. That's a higher high putting in there with a previous lower low, which shows the trend is slowly changing. So if you get one more higher low, that's like, okay, you're gonna go hit $64,000. Now that was the all-time highs here back in early 2021. So when we get back to that stage, remember, it's not only Bitcoin doing that. XRP is also showing us that possibility that we are going to break higher. In that sense, you are looking at XRP on a shorter scale, where the movement is like the bull flag and you're going to break up and reach towards 0.93. Now, that's not a huge movement, but it is a peace of mind for those who are saying we're going to go to 0.3, right? Now, on a long-term basis, you are getting something similar to what you have already had previous, say, back in 2021, Jan-Feb range, you actually got this one, right? Then we happen to move higher, the correction, and followed by the next pump. So if we are going to get that, the first one is going to be this, and the next one is going to take us even higher. So that means while we have this crazy run higher in the altcoin market, if you are prepared well in your portfolio, in this asset class, there is a ton of assets which are going to do that 50x, 60x. Say even if you get 30x, it's not bad because the market is going to give you 50 to 70x, and if you can maintain 30 to 40x, that's huge. Say if you go below 10x, okay, that can be like not bad but not that great. But if you even maintain to get 20x in the next runs with different assets in your portfolio, some are going to do 10x, some are going to do 50, 60, 70. So you need to be in the right mix at the right time because this is about to happen. Now, look at the fundamentals which are evolving. Right now, yes, on technicals, you're going to get a breakout in XRP. That's on a daily. And on a 3-day, it shows we are going to go massively higher. Now, if you take this followed price here, the same price structure, and put it here, you are looking at the next rally towards $7.5. Now I'm like, this one is clearly reaching near the all-time highs of 3.8 and then going back down. So here it comes to $3, then go back down to 1.5. That's a 50% drop. So if you are not prepared for these, you are not in for this price fluctuation. Now, yes, from the last high, it has definitely checked our patience a lot. So if we happen to get this, we are definitely running higher. The bull flag in the RSI kind of shows, yes, there is a possibility that we are going to break higher. So if we break higher, remember the altcoins are going crazy like this. And it's not only XRP, you're going to see breakouts here in Ether. Now, the only problem there, the first breakout, then the next resistance. So if you break that one up, yes, you have a double bottom, which is going to take you all the way up to $5,000, but $5,000 Ether. So when Bitcoin is going to move to the upside on a macro, you do have to understand we are going to get these on the other side, which is the altcoins, where the volatility would be much higher and your rewards would be way higher. So be prepared to get that done. Now, on the fundamental side, things are changing, it's evolving as usual, but you have huge news showing, this is not a small deal, right? We are thrilled to announce today that we've been enabled ODL. So when people suggest no, they are only using RippleNet, they never use XRP, that's wrong. Right now, you get real life examples. This comes after a successful pilot of ODL deployment from last September. So, they are moving in to do this stuff. Now, you can actually go in to their website. You can actually read what's happening there. But understand, this is something different because you're looking at central banks coming out with central bank digital currencies, and they are doing heavy, right? They're going heavy on these projects, putting a ton of money in. And you see like, okay, Visa, MasterCard and all are now joining the forces, putting sanctions on Russia. Now, I'm not with Russia, I'm not with other side, but war is not good. Human beings get killed. We need peace, right? So as human beings, we are praying for others. So you don't need that. But this one is not about only this thing. It's next 5 years, next 10 years. You look at this, you don't want to get sanctioned. So that is where you go and see like, there are different projects which definitely can help. And one of that is XRP. And that's one of the idea which you need to take out from here. Now, as you look at recent updates, a lot of them for XRP as an asset and XRP Ledger as a platform to do these transactions, you definitely have to go through all these steps. Now, there are a ton of new, partnerships coming in. This ledger is expanding. They are, kind of growing on a regular basis. So as Ari highlights here, this is not a small deal. SBI in Japan is going big on this one. And right now, when you look at the Bank of International Settlements, you need to understand this. Bank branches can pose higher risk to host countries than subsidiaries do. So change in current banking infrastructure is inevitable. It's coming in. So if you are ready for this, that definitely means you are going to stay here and take this profits. Now, when Brad Garlinghouse highlight these in a way that he's super confident, that's what clearly shows us, okay, there is no doubt for them. And as an investor, going through all the reports, understanding the asset, how it is performing, this is a narrative which SEC tried to put out, but practicality is coming out and kicking them on their back. Why? Because this doesn't happen that way. This really is utility. So as we talk utility, we need to talk price as well. So let's actually dig into these price details. Let's look at what are the possibilities, because right now in the market you see a lot of different assets showing possibility of a breakout. A lot of them showing, okay, we are going to follow Bitcoin, we are going to follow Ether, but when they do 5 to 10%, we are going to do 25 to 30%. That means when they're going to do 5x, we are going to do 50x. So that gives you a ton of opportunities. So guys, let's dive into the technicals. Welcome to the Scientific Investor family, where we discuss crypto and science behind investing regularly. I'm really happy to see our members are doing great. Now, this is not short-term trading. This is not that high volatility stuff. We are training you as an investor. How to look at the market, how to look at different assets, where to invest, how to invest, that kind of ideas is being shared on a regular basis. So you learn from that and build your portfolio. And I'm really happy to see, they are doing that literally. Look at that level where they were trading, and once they entered here, I'm really happy to see it's really working out for them. And I wish that's the same for you too, because this market shows a ton of opportunities with a lot of risk. If you know how to balance that risk, if you know which asset to trade on, that's going to give you that advantage. And that is one of the reasons why we go through all these assets on a regular basis. On a monthly basis, we do at least 1 or 2 ask for TA, where you ask for which asset you need and we post that. Now, it's not only you asking, right? It's a lot of other members too. So you get to see a ton of assets rolling in, which is near breakout, which is near resistance. So you shouldn't enter that at that time because it's just below a resistance, which is breaking out. So that's a breakout call, breakout opportunity. So these kind of updates are being shared on a regular basis for you to make money. And if you want to, you can look at the Patreon. The link is given in the description below. So now guys, let's look at Bitcoin once and then jump onto XRP Ether like that. But right now you look at this, you're like, okay, fine. We do have the price staying close to that resistance. Now, yes, we are near that resistance. But look at the MACD. Look at the RSI. You had the impulse to the upside. Great. Now in a corrective wave. Fine. So in this one, you can easily see that the price is going towards the upside. The RSI, the momentum is coming there. The price can go up to 50, 52 there. Now, At the same time, when MACD comes to this point, we need to first observe whether we are going to break higher or are we going to round back down. If we maintain a position here where the price is making a higher high and putting in a higher low, that's great. You're going to see a breakout in the MACD and RSI. Because you go into a shorter time frame chart, you can look at this. The probability of the price going higher is, there. You can't neglect that fact. But you also have to understand it's a double bottom call, but the double bottom need to happen once you break out. So it's near that breakout zone, but on a 3-day chart, this is kind of, something no one will, I think, argue about. Most of us can actually see this. This is a 3-day chart of Bitcoin. Great. You're getting a double bottom pattern coming in. Now, it's not confirmed yet, but it's yes possibility. It's a, no-brainer there. So you look at the RSI, you look at the MACD, both of them are kind of aligning in a way saying, okay, I'm going to make a double bottom. What if that happens and you're going short? What if that happens and as you go high, you take the profit and move out? And then you get another 10-15% a day movement in crypto. So you kind of miss that base and your purchasing power by exiting early. Now, it's completely up to you. You can, the price just came 15% up. You can exit the market. It's completely up to you. But regularly point this direction. If your resistance is here, and you're exiting, it's okay. As a trader, if you're trading the market, you exit at resistance and wait for this to break out. So once the price break higher, say this is your movement, you get stuck here, then you break higher, that's a great thing. Now you're looking for a retest and then a bounce to the upside. Great. But that works for you as a trader. But if you are not a trader, you're not literally waiting for these stuff there. There's the MACD crossing to the upside, showing you a higher high. The RSI at the same time is moving to the upside with a higher low pattern trending higher. Now you also can watch this easily. Price was trending down, right? It was going down, 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 down. And at one point it changed. It came up and broke this one. Now it's retesting that range and we are bouncing back. Now we don't usually get 10-15% a day in Bitcoin fluctuations. And when we get that, usually we continue higher. Now, this was a breakout. Now we retested. So if we continue higher, that means we're going to get a breakout in this double bottom pattern. So that's going to push altcoins higher. Now you look at XRP. Yes, you are observing this. The MACD is about to cross to the upside. RSI is making a rounded bottom. What does that mean? You have a possibility that the price is going to break to the upside. And if it breaks, it's going to continue higher. So that comes here. That's your first move. So if you move that, next you are going to look at 1.4, 1.35 range, which is not bad, but still it's increasing the numbers in your portfolio. And that's what we want to see. Medium to long term, you are observing this price fluctuation so that your portfolio goes 10x, 15x, 20x, a minimum of in the next coming 6 months in wave 2. By the time we end wave 2, you need to have that so that you take a little bit of profit from that and put back into crypto for wave 3. And the majority goes into different asset class where your purchasing power is being preserved and you're also growing at a slower pace because you don't want to take the same risk once you have the capital. Say you put $1,000 in, you can go like, I'll take 90% risk for that. But when it is 100,000, when it is a million, 10 million, you're not taking the same level of risk. You are taking, okay, I'll take 10% risk. I'll take 5%, right? So that is coming. So you are going to balloon your portfolio and take your profits out. But remember, don't go too much greedy, saying, I'll take after it reaches this level. I'll take after it reaches that level. When the price goes parabolic, slowly start taking your profits because we go up, we come back down. So now at this particular point, you can literally go look at, say, a 4-hour chart of XRP just to see what the price is doing right now. So if you observe this, yes, on a shorter time frame, you are getting a stance where the price is showing you, okay, I'm actually moving in a positive way. Say I got a low here, we put in that one, then followed by that, you actually moved higher. So this is your higher low, and again, this is your higher high compared to this one and this one. So that's bullish. Fine. But this is a 4-hour chart. In this 4-hour chart, when you get a breakout at this point, Now you need a retest and then bounce to the upside. So that counts back into the daily chart. So now we can step back and look at, say, a 12-hour chart or a daily chart, and then you are like, okay, fine, the possibility of the MACD continuing higher and the RSI continuing higher is still there, it's valid, which means price is going back up. So now say you take a random asset, say we've been looking at a lot of different assets showing a ton of possibility, and one of which is like, say, Veracity, or we have the market has a ton of assets, but you're looking for something to get the understanding where you're like, okay, this is kind of repeating the history, and if it's doing that, I want to be in that space where it's going to do 30x, it's going to do 50x, because if the market is trending higher on long term, you have the ability to make money. So if you're observing these, you're like, okay, fine, I'm getting to make this, and the price is there, and yes, we do have a genuine doubt whether it's going to go to the downside. So what we look is the odds. Say the MACD is trending lower, we haven't bounced off, okay, that's a risk, but you then come to the RSI and you look at this one and you're like, okay, this has been a base for a long time and we are close to the base, which kind of shows you like, okay, if we have not actually moved down from 2019, this can possibly be the bottom. You may consolidate here for a week or a month, that's fine, but that's kind of the bottom you get in RSI, right? That perspective is going to be there in a ton of assets here. As you see market breaking higher, don't just sit there and observe the market going up, but also be in the market, because staying out of the market, you're going to lose this purchasing power. The other side is inflation, where your price is getting down, your purchasing power is going down on a regular basis. So if you want to have this ability to increase your purchasing power, learn on a regular basis and look through these. This is a conservative area where you can focus on. Now the optimistic area goes even higher, right? That crazy level where CBDCs are coming out, all those stuff is rolling in, but the stock market is going the other way. You don't want to be there, and the stock market, people are cashing that and coming to crypto market. Imagine that's the whole euphoric scenario where we're going to make money. Even in that case, if you are in the market 5%, 10%, that's going to still benefit you. So wait till price hits your targets. Before that, don't jump out. Have patience, because patience is the most important tool an investor have. Now we here try to execute that. That's one of the reasons why we actually happen to go through this stuff on a regular basis, right? Say Ether, it's standing like this on a daily. So if you step back on a weekly and kind of look at what the price is doing, you can literally see, yes, we are here. The RSI is trending lower, but similar to that of Bitcoin, you actually see the price is near a support. Now, being at a support, any investor or trader looks to buy at or close to the support range. Why? Because we're going to bounce towards the resistance. Now, whether we break higher or not, it has to be seen. We'll have to follow the market and see what we are doing on that time frame. But the possibility of we bouncing higher is still there. That means going towards $5,000 Ether is still there. And if you break out, that's going towards 8,000, 10,000. That is in this market where you're going to make money. So guys, if you received value for your time, please do hit that like and subscribe button, because that supports the channel a lot. And if you want to get these updates on a lot of different assets, which we regularly do, you can look at the Patreon. The link is given in the description below. And this is the start of the month where you can get a ton of value for your money and make a lot more money, which you really want to. Because there are a lot of people who are putting money into this market but not being able to take it out. Don't be one of them. Be that guy who puts money in and balloons it and take cash out. And we try to give you that perspective and help so that you know what you are doing. So guys, I'll meet you on the next video. Bye for now.